stream. I'm gonna sit my ass down. I just got home from a walk and figure I do a quick stream tonight, just hanging out like this. Excuse me. I'm gonna set up the phone and probably record. Alright, so alrighty. Shit, that light really sucks. Well, it'll get better once it gets a little darker out. But I figure I do a live stream. I think I'm gonna move this over and just kind of lay down and relax a little bit. But today was good. I had physical therapy this morning, and it's gonna take a couple weeks to so it's gonna take a couple weeks to get back to normal with my leg and my back and stuff, but MRI is scheduled for the 23rd. And we'll wait for a few people to join. I'm sorry that it took me so long to start this. Oh, looks like somebody has joined the video. One second while I bring chat up. We're gonna play some video games tonight too. Hey, Outlane. Nice. Just got home from a walk. So, I'm thinking of setting up something on the Nintendo 64 tonight. So, we'll be upstairs so I can put the camera closer to the projector so then it looks at least semi-decent, whereas like downstairs I have to kind of like put everything back kind of further. And so not much else going on tonight. Just dealing with some leg pain and stuff. And then I think next week, I don't know if I'm going out by Spencer. We're thinking about going camping, and I gotta see if his work schedule will work out with camping and stuff. So, and I'm also thinking because I don't know if I can drive more than 2 hours at a time. I'm gonna really have to get up, walk around, rest my leg, and just make sure I take care of that. So I had physical therapy earlier this morning, and they were saying that my left side, my leg is a little on the weak side, but that I should recover in a couple weeks if I take care of it. Oh, I don't fish, but my dad used to have a fishing boat. We used to go out in the boat on one of the lakes, and then up north we would take the boat out when I was younger, and then it got to be too much of a pain to take care of maintenance and stuff on it and stuff. But yeah, I have fished before, but God, I haven't done it in years. Are you into fishing? roller skating therapy for leg. Yeah, I I would go roller skating on Wednesday, but I don't want to mess up my back anymore before pinball on Saturday. And that's driving down to Racine, so I that would be 2 hours for me of driving uh, to get down there, and then I'm trying to see if I could stay with a friend and then drive back the next day. But I think I'm gonna wait a week or two to start skating again. Like I really, really want to go, and I've been wanting to go so bad, and I've wanted to do Dance Dance Revolution and do all that stuff, but um, yeah, I need to take it a little bit easy before I get back to that. Yeah, and then I was talking to one of our subscribers. I texted them before I started streaming stuff, and they were saying that their back was hurting and that they were having some troubles this week with that. So I hope that they get better soon too, because back issues are no fun. I've been through surgery and um, cortisone shots in the back and stuff, and it's not fun. It's definitely a lot of um, patience and working through a lot of it. But couple, I haven't in a couple of years. I was in a bass fishing club for a year. Okay. Um, Speaking of, well, I mean, this isn't even like really fishing related. This is more video game, but uh, if you count playing Sega Bass Fishing on the Dreamcast as fishing, um, if you count that as fishing, I fish, but other than that, I don't. But I do have the fishing controller, so I don't know if you need a CRT for that to work with, or if that's one of those peripherals that just works with um, whatever screen that you have. But um, that would actually be a good idea for a live play or whatever. If I could set up a two camera setup, Long John Silver's. Oh, jeez. Nice. Are you gonna? Francis was telling me that, like, when I was playing Samba de Amigo, he said it's the Taco Bell equivalency to Spanish or something like that. So, are you going to say Sega Bass Fishing is the Long John Silver's equivalency to fishing? I don't know. Oh, I wonder what we should play for a game tonight. Because right now, oh crap, I don't even have my. I usually have my Dreamcast hooked up here, and I unhooked it. Um, but I have. Oh crap, and I got a bunch of stuff in front of the projector up here too. So I'll have to move the master system. So I have a master system, and I have a Intellivision up on top here. Intellivision, I need to hook up one of my CRTs again, so then I can play it because it's coaxial. Mario and the Sonic Olympic Games. I haven't played any of that series. Are those good? Because I heard they're pretty decent, and then I think they got an arcade spin-off. Um, I think it's a Bandai Namco one, if I'm not mistaken. But God, I don't remember if I've ever played that. Yeah, sorry if this is like a low energy kind of stream tonight. It's just always good to hear from you guys. My kids played them, and it looks fun. Nice. Um, so I was looking at the demographics of people that watch my videos, and it's interesting because there's, I think, as many of people that are in their like late 20s, early 30s as there are people in their like mid 40s, early 50s that watch the channel. So I think that's kind of cool. Um, but I'm always curious just to see, you know, the kind of people that watch my videos. But I don't care if people like watch my stuff, but like I mostly it's just interesting to see the number. Like we're up to like 113, I think, for subscribers today, and I was like, holy shit! Like we were at like 108 the other day, and it's been going up. But Outlane, I'm curious about I don't know. I'm curious about like your day to day life and um your family and like what all you got going on. It'd be cool to maybe chit chat sometime. Not exactly sure what I want to play tonight. Oh, I don't have Facebook, but yeah, you have my phone number, so you and I can chat on there, or you could always give me a call or text on there. Always chat, but yeah, God, I haven't had Facebook in years. I don't like to get into, it's just it's too much to have like Facebook and then have people's phone numbers and um, I have Discord, I have Telegram, I have YouTube. Um, so it's just like too much already with like all three of those things to even have like a Facebook on top of it. And then like back in the day, I used to have, um, this is kind of funny. I had Facebook, MySpace, Meet Me, um, and then all the like AOL instant messengers, like all the different instant messengers that they had. I pretty much had all those different platforms, and then after a certain point, once some of those started to die off, and then Facebook was like the main thing, it just, I don't know, it felt weird kind of being so connected with family and friends, and then sometimes it was just like, okay, you know um some people won't like this that I post, or some people will like this, and it just became too much drama just to be on Facebook for me. But Sometimes it works great for people to reconnect, and I've had some like good reconnections through Facebook and stuff, but oh geez, Blockbuster. Yeah, did you guys ever have, because we had by us, um I grew up in a small town, so we had a Piggly Wiggly, but there was a Larry's Video, which was more of a local thing. We had Family Video, and then if you went the town over, we had Hollywood Video. So I don't know if Hollywood was a chain. Hey, Chad. And then down the block from Hollywood Video was Blockbuster Video. Across from Blockbuster Video, there was a place called Video Game Star that you could buy VHS tapes and a lot of the old school classic video games, Super Nintendo, N64, Dreamcast, all this stuff. So this was their mid 90s to about 2010 or 11, maybe. I think they went out of business around then. Um, but yeah, I remember Blockbuster Video a little bit. What's a town talkie? That's that's not quite a Wisconsin speak up here. Oh yeah, Funko Land. We had a Funko Land out by the one of the malls out here. So I used to go there as a kid, and that's when they were discounting Sega Dreamcast stuff. So I picked up a Dreamcast for $25.99 and picked up Crazy Taxi for $10, and um, so where our Funko Land was, there used to be a TCBY yogurt. And I don't know if you ever remember TCBY yogurt, but that was like the shit back in the 90s. But anyways, they closed shop. Funko Land moved into the location that was our TCBY yogurt. And then I think EB Games bought them, and then I think GameStop bought that location, and then they had a location like right across the street, and like there was a software etc. in our mall across from the Funko Land, um, that was like outside the mall. Still have a paper with game prices on it. Oh, that was so cool. I remember like my parents had the Disney Adventures magazine. I wanted them to subscribe to that, and I think the only reason I had them subscribe to it was so I could look at the one page where they're advertising all the N64 shit. So that was like I didn't think to ask my parents, okay, subscribe to a video game magazine, because my dad always like he hated the idea of like me having video games. So it wasn't until like the late 90s, early 2000s that we started getting video games in our house. Um, but yeah, so Chad and Outlane, what are some of your guys' early video game memories? Like that would be really cool to um, see differences of early memories of your guys' stuff. Because I think I don't know, Chad, if you're younger, you're probably younger than Outlane, and then Outlane, you have a family and stuff, so you're probably a couple years older than me because I'm in my early 30s. So I remember in the mid 90s, I remember a bit of Atari 2600, NES, the leftovers of that kind of stuff. Kind of um, Super Nintendo being kind of new, and uh, oh my God, yes, yes, Chad, holy shit. So, Chad, what state are you from? Because yes, Shopko. When I was a kiddo, Shopko is my favorite store, and my mom always embarrasses me about that because I couldn't say I would say Copco. Um, but yeah, you said your first. So first was GBA, Pokemon Yellow store. So yeah, Shopko was cool. This was before the store started to get kind of run down and stuff. But I remember the early '90s going to Shopko with my mom, like as a toddler even, and just like I loved the store layout um, and then I remember in high school, my first paycheck, I bought a Dance Dance Revolution mat and Dance Dance Revolution Supernova um, from a Shopko. Um, so God, I miss Shopko. They used to have one out by Exclusive Company in Appleton too. So that kind of gives you an indication of like where I grew up and stuff. But yeah, Shopko was kick ass. So, Chad, which state were you in that you had a Shopko? Because I thought that was just a Wisconsin thing. And then Outline says Mario, one of my dad ended up loving too. Yeah, my dad never really got into video games, but I had in high school I started to buy some of the older consoles and stuff. Utah, okay. I didn't know that they had Shopko way the heck out there. That's cool. Yep. So I think Shopko started in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and I've actually been to the Green Bay location. I've been to I grew up with the Kimberly location. So I've been to the Kimberly one, Appleton, Green Bay. What other Shopkos have I been to? There was one a little bit further up north. And then they also had the Shopko hometowns, which were a spin-off, kind of like a Walgreens, smaller size store. I remember I had a job interview at one time. What about shoplifting? What? Oh my goodness! Oh, Lane, what are you trying to say? Pomada? How do you say that? Pomada? I've seen some of their carts before being used at Shopko that they put stickers over them at our De Pere Shopko years ago. But yeah, I've never heard of that chain because we didn't have that over here. But I think they're all gone now. It won't let me spell Shopko. Oh, Shopko bought whatever that, however you say that other one. Oh my god. Shoplifting brought, I was like, shoplifting brought you here. Jeez, like I hope nobody's shoplifting. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, what's fun with autocorrect? If autocorrect says something that's, if I'm trying to say something and then autocorrect says something absolutely horrible, if it sounds like dirty or if it just doesn't make any damn sense, sometimes I will purposely send a text with the autocorrect wrong on it. Sometimes I'll not notice it, with, text to, speech to text, but sometimes I will send messages with the autocorrect wrong on it just to, okay. Yeah, Shopko KB. All right, so I never shopped at KB Toys, but Shopko I remember. I remember Kmart. There was one that I remember. It was an older. It was like the '70s style Kmart. They had one near a few blocks away from our Shopko, and then they had one, um, and then so Appleton area, and then they had a big Kmart. Um, in the early 2000s out further that they built. So the older location, they kept it open for a little bit and then they closed it. When they were closing it, it was the GameCube era and they still had unsold Super Nintendo games. But this is before I really had like my own money to spend for mowing lawn and stuff. So I didn't have a Super Nintendo at the time, so But I always thought that was cool. Did you have FYE? Yes, we had FYE in Appleton. So Mike and I, so he's one of the other subscribers on the channel. But Mike and I, when we were teenagers, so this is, you know, the DVD generation of things, but they still had Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street VHS tapes. So him and I would buy VHSs and DVDs and music and stuff from FYE, but they don't have one out here by us anymore. But my friend that lives in Michigan, at the mall that they have up there with the round one, they have an FYE right across the hall from the round one, so we get to go to the FYE there. So if I go there next week, maybe I can stop by FYE and get some records or something. But God, I miss FYE. That was cool. Um, do you guys? I didn't get to. I remember going past Suncoast Videos. I think they had one in the big mall out by us, but when I was growing up, but I don't remember ever going into Suncoast. I think I was too young for that, but I remember seeing like Suncoast Video and like the neon sign out front of those. So if you guys remember that or have been inside of one of those, I'm very curious to hear like about that. Sears and Montgomery Ward. Okay, Montgomery Ward. I don't remember if we had those out by us. We had a Praney Way. So we had a Praney Way, a Sears, Kmart, Shopco. Oh God, I'm trying to think of any other stores. I think there was one called Music Go Round, which is kind of like Guitar Center meets like Best Buy kind of place. So those were cool. Um, God, Music Go Round was fucking awesome. They had like electric guitars and stuff too. Um, but yeah, I don't remember. I've only seen Montgomery Wards in like movies and stuff. But I've never been to one of those. But I've been to Sears and I've been to Kmart and I've been to J.C. Penney's, like some really old school J.C. Penney's. Down in Milwaukee, they have this mall. I forget if it's North Point or South Point. One of them is an abandoned mall, and then the other one is still running. It's this early. It was a 1973. The whole outside of the building looks the same as it did back in '73, I guess, and that's the J.C. Penney. The inside looks a little bit more updated, but the outside still has the original architecture and stuff. What other stores? God, this is random shit. God, but Chad, definitely memories of Shopco. All right, so Outlane says we had a Sears and Awards in the same mall. I remember parents going to both to compare prices. That's cool. Was Montgomery Ward supposed to be like high quality stuff? Like Sears always seemed to be very high quality and um, kind of like I don't know if I think I always thought of Sears as more of a fancy store. So if I was lucky one year and I got school clothes, my parents went to Sears. So those were clothes that were like really nice compared to like the Kmart shit that I had. So that's holy crap, that brings me back. And then Praney Way was more like I think that was like a cheaper store. And I don't remember too much about that besides microwave, TV, mowers. Yeah. I used to buy Pokemon cards at Shopko. I remember when the Pokemon movie came out, I bought Pokemon cards from Toys R Us, and then there were just the stupid movie cards that had this glossy finish on them, and I thought they were like gonna be the Pokemon playing cards, but they were just screenshots from the movie that were in this kind of bumpy texture kind of card thing that were really, really stupid. So I remember those, and like the stupid Hey You Pikachu game where you'd yell at Pikachu, and if you'd swear at him, Pikachu would get really pissed off and just like lightning bolt everything. Um, but Pokemon cards from Shopko. I remember getting Hot Wheels cars from Shopko. My grandma used to give me some money, and then I would get like the Hot Wheels World pieces. So then I had like a Shell gas station, a McDonald's restaurant, all these little plastic pieces that would be put together. And then it basically would be like this Hot Wheels world. So I remember that from Shopko. I remember my parents getting me like a Hot Wheels track with the motor, with the wheels that just make the cars fling around. But yeah, we went to Shopko pretty much every single week. You go there and then go next door to a Pick and Save for groceries. So Pick and Save over here is kind of like your guys' is Kroger. But yeah, we had a Shopko right next to that, and then there was a McDonald's right across the parking lot, and video store that or video rental place. I don't, it was a local one, and rent VHS tapes from there. Go to Subway, go to Little Caesars, whatever. It was all in this little strip mall. So yeah, that was pretty much the 90s was going to Shopko and going to Pick and Save with my mom. God, this is good. What's interesting is like we have these conversations, and I don't ever think that we're gonna be like, I never know what we're gonna be talking about, and then we talk about random B movies the other night. Now we're talking about random stores I remember growing up. Um, I'm trying to remember if there was any other really cool stores. Software Etc. was another one that was ended up being bought out by GameStop, I think, and um, so Software Etc. was cool because I would pick up N64 games. So I got F-Zero X there, and then they would sell like computer stuff, but they'd also sell some console stuff. So that was always really cool going in there. But we had this mall called the Fox River Mall. So that was built in 84, and it's still around. But they had at one time, they had in front, they had Software Etc. Then they had an EB Games towards the back of the mall. And then I don't know if they had a GameStop in another corner of that mall at that point or how that worked, but they had they had those, so they had at least the Software Etc. and the EB Games at one time, and then Funko Land in the building across the street from the mall. Had a Hot Topic in the, so Chad says had a Hot Topic in the mall, but I never really. Oh, come on. You must have at least shopped at Hot Topic at least once. I remember going there to get t-shirts, and I got a studded belt there from a friend because we went to the mall together, and he embarrassed me. He kind of outed me to this other guy that was working at Buckle. He like just went up to the guy and asked the guy like, "Oh, are you?" Like he asked the guy's orientation and stuff, and I was just like, oh my God, you don't do that, dude. And he bought me a green belt from Hot Topic, and it's all falling apart and stuff, but My friend Jay and I had the same belt. They had a red one, and I had a green one. So I still have my belt from Hot Topic all these years because my friend embarrassed me and stuff. So he bought that. But I've bought some music from there too. I think I had a real nice Wii jacket, like a jacket, like a jacket that you wear from Hot Topic that like had a Wii logo on it or what? It's sad seeing the malls. We have a newer mall that basically takes all the business from older ones. Yeah, and malls are kind of a dying breed. Like I remember God, like some of the cool architecture and stuff. There was a mall called the Valley Fair Mall on the edge of Appleton, Menasha area. It was built in I think 56 or 57. It was one of the first enclosed malls in the area. They built a theater in it in 78, and then in the early 90s, mid 90s it became a second run cinema. But when I was a kid, I used to go to this place called Sergio's, and they had a really awesome taco salad. And the lady that would seat us had this um, beehive haircut that went up like Marge Simpson. And she had glasses. So I remember that as a kid. I remember Sergio's. I remember they had this brown carpet and then, brownish red carpet, and then these tall walls, and the windows were up high on the edge of the walls, but had this really cool architecture to it. They had an arcade, and they had a Marcus Cinema that had, I think, 6 screens. But they had Alfred Hitchcock posters everywhere in this place. And then in the lobby when I was a kid, they had this ambulance video game, and they had like really kick-ass popcorn and stuff. I like their pizza. I bought my 32X at the Southridge Mall. Holy shit. Outland, are you from Wisconsin originally? And I forget if it's is it Northridge that's in business, or is it Southridge I forget which one is the one that's still in business, because they were like sister malls. They're like very similar architecture and everything. But Francis is actually down from that area. So I don't think his family went to malls very much, but he'd probably remember it a bit more. Southridge Mall, holy shit. That's so cool. Oh, in Iowa, must have the same name. Yeah. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, there is a Northridge Mall and a Southridge Mall. Now, one of them is abandoned, the other one still exists. Um, and there's a lot of cool commercials I've seen on YouTube of um, advertising both the Northridge and Southridge malls down there. But yeah, the one I forget which one I went to, but they have a round one, and it seems to be still a pretty lively mall. And then the other mall of it was basically the same layout and everything, and it died off. I never had a chance to go there. Um, but yeah, I've heard of it, and I think I drove past it maybe once. But yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Iowa yet. I've been to a couple states, but maybe I've driven through Iowa, but I don't think I've ever been there to visit. What's uh what's the landscape like down there? Because in Wisconsin, some areas you go, like if you go to Milwaukee or Fox Valley area, or Green Bay, it's It's like city, but we also have areas that are kind of like farm fields and stuff. So, and then if you go up very up north, there's a lot of woods and trees and nature and a lot of cool stuff. But very curious of like how Iowa compares to like how um, Wisconsin is kind of. Holy shit, we got 5 people in here. It says, let me change my chat mode too, because it says top messages, and let me see if I can just do all messages, see if anything has been missed or. So, and I'm gonna go back to the topic of like video games and stuff, but so Chad was talking about Pokemon Yellow. Um, yeah, all messages really just needs to be the default. I don't think I um missed any of the messages. Um, but I do. So I was gonna say I remember Christmas of '98 getting my Game Boy Color, and that was the special Pokemon Yellow edition with a shiny package, and it had the yellow cartridge with it, and that was cool. It was the first piece of video gaming I ever owned, and I was very very lucky to get that. And then I bought uh, Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver for the Game Boy Color, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, and then I think that was the last game I bought for that, and then um, eventually got a DS later on, and then didn't really have many other handhelds. I think the Switch is like the last like handheld it's kind of hybrid, so I play it sometimes in handheld and then sometimes I play it down on the big screen. But oh yeah, I love that edition. But Game Boy Color was like the thing. Everybody had one of those back in the day. Everybody had different color. Some people would have the lime green one or the purple or the blue. Some people had the big old chunky gray Game Boys. Some people had the pockets. Like a green Game Boy Pocket with the black and white screen. So yeah, I thought that was cool. Definitely played a shit ton of Game Boy. I bought a AC adapter. I'd lay down on the couch like this and play Game Boy, and then plug in my Game Boy because I would go through so many AA batteries. So pretty much, plug it into the wall, making it basically not portable. But yeah, the AC adapter was this big, thick brick that I got from Target. But God, I wish I still had that thing. I lost that years ago, probably on vacation or something. Oh yeah, yeah. Chad says I was lucky if mom got batteries for me if we went to the grocery store. Yes, and batteries were pretty much a privilege. You had to be good. You had to be good to get batteries to play your Game Boy or any of your play your games and do that kind of stuff. I remember there was a lot of car rides where, you know, you just had to kind of be quiet and, if your Game Boy died or whatever for the weekend or the night or whatever, tough shit. You had to find something else to do. But oh jeez, yeah. Well, nowadays kids don't even have to really worry about like running out of batteries for a lot of devices because a lot of the devices nowadays are just rechargeable for the most part, tablet, phone, whatever, just recharge the thing. But yeah, we must have went through batteries like freaking crazy, especially, Game Boy Color, how much I played it, between Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Blue. Um, yeah, and that didn't even have a backlit screen. And then you get this awful. I had one of these. It was a big black piece that went on the top of your Game Boy, and it was supposed to be this magnifier. And then on the inside of this thing, on each side, had these awful like they looked like tiny little Christmas lights or whatever, but they were supposed to light the front of the screen. And it was so god awful because it would put this glare over your screen, but you had to have like lighting in a room to play your Game Boy. So you really couldn't play the thing in the dark at night, if you were supposed to go to bed, like you had no way to really play the Game Boy. Maybe, open the shade a little bit to get that last little bit of light outside to like play your Game Boy for a few minutes, and turn the volume off so nobody knew you're playing Game Boy before bed or whatever. But yeah, Olene, I still do on my Xbox. What do you do still on your Xbox? Are you talking about like those batteries, AA batteries in the controllers? Because on my Xbox 360, I still I have batteries for those, but they're rechargeable AA's. If I ever play that, use batteries. Yeah, yeah. Wait, holy shit! Does the no? Even the Xbox One still has the battery compartment. Yeah, and God, I used to be a huge Xbox guy, and uh, yeah, Xbox kind of during the Xbox One era, I think it just kind of wasn't impressive game wise for me. Um, or had some nice games and stuff, and then yeah, just a lot of technical issues with my Xbox. So I've given up on Xbox. I like my Switch. I got my PS4. I got my older consoles. So yeah, I do still play my original Xbox and my 360 though. What do you guys want to do tonight? Should I play a game, or is there anything that you guys want to do? I'm gonna check my screen just to see if anybody's messaged. Chad Adam says, I didn't have a memory card for my PS1. Well, that was the same way with my N64. If a game had saving feature on the cartridge, fantastic. A lot of times it was, Vigilante 8, it was writing down all the damn codes and, just remembering them, JTBT7CF D1LRMGW. That's the final code for Vigilante 8 on the Nintendo 64. And I've remembered that since I was in 5th grade. So that's one of those ones I gotta go back, play it, see if it works. But yeah, memory cards, when you finally had the money saved up to buy a memory card, or uh, did you have the N64 expansion thing? For a while I didn't. And then I forgot how old I was. I think I was in high school, past when the N64 was popular and stuff. And then I got the expansion. One of my friends gave me a green N64, and he had the expansion pack in it. So then I was able to bump the resolution up on some games, and then some of them would, you put them in, high resolution mode, and then your frame rate would just tank. You'd get like really nice crisp graphics, and then everything else, like your frame rate on your game would just suffer. But yeah, N64 expansion pack was pretty cool. And then had that a little bit later on. Chad, are you younger than me? I'm 32. And I think from like what you were saying about some stuff, I'm picturing that you're probably in your late 20s. This is cool talking about this stuff. God, it's gotten dark in here. I'll probably switch over to a game with you guys. Hey, you're 30. Cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, God, so you definitely remember the stuff that I remember then, you know, talking about Shopco and N64. And yeah, PlayStation was pretty much what one of my like really rich friends had. They had a PlayStation 1 because their grandparents were owned a appliance store or whatever, so he got so spoiled. He got a PlayStation 1 and had Road Rash jailbreak for the thing. And it was just like, holy shit, what's a PlayStation? Like, all my friends had Nintendo stuff and, Atari. So, I'm going to start up the projector, and I have Mortal Kombat 4 in the system. I don't know if you guys are up for that, or a different game, or what you guys would want to play. And I'm going to try to start my projector. I usually have to stab the power button with a pen because this thing is old. It's like a 20-year-old projector. Hopefully all these systems aren't in the way. It looks like we got an image on the screen. It looks like all this crap isn't in the way, so I think we could start a game. There's a problem with the server. Are we still live? Because it looks like we're live on the camera. Okay, there we go. All right, good. My thingy messed up for a second. All right, I gotta find power cables and all this crap. I think I unplugged my N64. I'm starting up my projector and getting ready to play some games because I can't just sit on the couch all night. It's cool chatting with you guys. I'm really excited just to have something to do. Oh crap, and I didn't. There we go. Got that plugged in. Working on getting the Nintendo 64 plugged back in. I had to unplug a bunch of stuff just to I was gonna try to find a preamp for my turntable and play something, so I unplugged a bunch of shit. Damn, what the fuck is... why is... I don't get... I have no idea what the hell is going on with like half of this shit. But I'm gonna get you guys over to the Nintendo 64. I'm gonna power up some Mortal Kombat 4, and that should be our first game of the night. Armchair chats. Would this be considered an armchair chat where we're just kind of having like a simple chat about stuff? Don't mind me. I gotta like climb down here with, so hopefully my ass isn't in the way of the screen too much while I'm digging down here for power cords. So excuse my ass or anything. Please fucking power up. Sometimes the N64 doesn't like to show up and stuff. Love the Mortal Kombat movie. I haven't actually watched any of the Mortal Kombat movies. Completely missed all that kind of stuff. And what the fuck is this doing? I'm trying to get the projector into the right mode. So, anyways, this is my... when we do live plays of old games, it's this old projector from, I think it's from 2001. My dad found it in a garbage can years ago when I was in high school. And some of our first movie nights were on this projector. So that was cool. And we still run movie nights on it sometimes. All the kind of VHS kind of stuff runs on this projector. So try and get this all. Yeah, great find. It has a shit ton of hours on the bulb. This thing could die at any moment. And knock on wood, it's been, our main machine for years. So, sorry, I'm just trying to adjust this. All right, let me adjust that down a little bit more. Shit, if I could keep this from falling. But there we go. Get the stereo plugged in. And then see if we can get some audio. I'm not getting any video, so I could figure out where the hell the video is going for this projector. Figure this thing out. Having audio video issues, and then sometimes the N64, because it is 20 some years old, it just does not like to work anymore. Okay, I don't have the right thing plugged in. That's not the Nintendo 64, that's the Blu-ray player. No wonder we're not getting image. It's not even plugged in. Nope. Game controller pack. Okay, well, we got a hum in the audio too. So this is probably going to be really fucking loud. So let's see if we got this. How blurry is the image for you guys? And this is completely lying. There is a controller pack in there. It's just not working. If I could just untangle all these cables, there's like N64 controller tangled in with my power strip. So if I could get this, oh, you motherfucking thing. I don't miss the days of all these cables. And then I'm gonna check the image on this because the projector looks fine. The screen resolution on my tablet is just looks like ass right now, so I can't tell if this is intelligible to you, if this looks decent. I'm gonna turn off the lights since that'll give us a better picture quality. Draw the curtains. There we go. Are you guys still hanging out? Wonderful.
Jax, choose your destiny.
Is it loud enough for you guys?
Round one, fight.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I work better with the arrow pad than I do the okay, block is Z. It's so weird to control this with this system. And I get my ass kicked. Point.
Jax wins. Flawless victory. Round three, fight.
Alright, Chad. Can I figure out the fucking controls on this? Or, I can't figure out this guy's moves. I can't figure out Jax at all in this game. Jesus.
Scorpion wins.
Let's try it again. I don't know who this guy is. Whatever.
Choose your destiny. Round one, fight. Round two.
Yeah, pushing all the random buttons. Nice.
Round one, fight.
Oh! Get my ass whooped. Oof.
Wins. Round 2. Fight.
How do I pick up that big fucking rock? Okay, C down is run. Okay, weird. Was it C down?
Wins.
Shit.
Round 3. Fight.
Hey Bear, we're on live stream.
Oh, hey everybody.
Hey everybody. Oh Jesus. Now I can't get it to stay. Eh. Alright, get this to work. Jesus. There we go.
Finish him. Win.
Oh, fucking A. Guy sucks.
Sonya. Round 1. Fight. Sonya wins. Round 2. Fight. Sonya wins. Round 1. Fight. Outstanding. Rico wins. Round 2. Fight. Sonya wins. Round 3. Fight. Sonya.
Yeah! Oh, she kicks ass. I like her.
Round 1. Fight.
Let me, so, 1 second, just pausing the game. Spencer is giving me a call since it's after work for him. I'm gonna see if he just wants to chat. Put him on speakerphone. Cool. Let me give him a call. I think he's ready for me.
Hello?
Hey, Spencer.
Hey.
So you're on. Your voice is on the background, just in the video, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the volume down. I'm playing Mortal Kombat 4 right now.
Oh, nice. On your PlayStation?
Nintendo 64.
Nice.
I'm on the upstairs screen and then just videoing it from the phone.
Okay.
But yeah, did you figure out your work schedule for next week or?
Yeah, Erin said she's going to work on it the next 2 days while she's off. So she said by Wednesday or Thursday it should be out.
Oh, okay, and then we should know if we're going camping next week.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. So we have Outlane and Chad M in chat right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We were talking about Shopko and Kmart, old stores and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got in that conversation, but it was really cool just to, I don't know, have that random conversation with them.
Yeah, Kmart was pretty cool as a kid when it was still a big thing.
I remember when they had decent video games there. I bought Super Smash Brothers there brand new when I was a kid.
Yeah. I remember when they had the restaurant that was part of Kmart.
Was yours an actual restaurant? Ours was just a Little Caesars, I think.
Yeah, ours was like a little actual restaurant because they had like burgers and coney dogs and you get like fries and onion rings because I remember their onion rings were really good at the time.
I remember the restaurant at, well, it wasn't a restaurant. Well, I mean, it was food. You could get corn dogs and stuff at Walmart when I was a kid. And then at Target, they had, their food court with their little neon, remember the neon lights that were inside of Target back in the day?
Yeah, of course.
God. Yeah, my chat keeps failing on me on my tablet. I don't know.
Oh no.
God, I'm failing so bad. I was playing as Tanya and I was kicking some ass, and then, God, I'm trying some of the newer, well, they're not even new characters. Mortal Kombat 4 had some characters that were new at the time, so I'm trying some of those other characters, and I just, I suck with these. But how is work?
Steady. Pretty steady.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll have to tell Grandma that we might be going camping next week. I hope we get there. I hope we can do that, because if I can get out of here for a couple days and then Francis can have the house to himself and I just go on a road trip, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
My plan would be to get to bed early, try to leave here around 5 in the morning, and then every 2 hours get out of the car and walk around, because that's going to be a lot on my back and my leg just to be sitting for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, I don't have any more continues. It's going to kill my guy. I'm falling down this pit, and it's just going to fall into the spikes. I ran out of continues? Are you kidding me? Aw.
Oh.
Well, that sucks. Yeah, but I just really look forward to camping. I don't care where the hell we go.
Yeah, I don't care either. Like, I'll find something as soon as, like, the schedule gets released.
I have this girl on this game in a leotard just beating the shit out of me right now. God, I suck. I'm doing a 5-player battle, so basically every time one person dies on your team, the next one comes up to bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I'll have to play Mortal Kombat 4. It's so weird. It's like it's the first game in the series with the 3D mechanics, and it just, it's not as smooth as the older games. It's kind of in that period of where they're trying to figure it out as a 3D fighter.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have to show me, like, maybe when I'm there in September, or if not.
Jeez,
the new
she
year.
she put her legs around my head and then snapped my neck.
Oh.
That's such a cool move, though. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, that is a cool move.
If I had like the strength to jump up in the air and then like snap somebody's neck with my legs, jeez, like.
Yeah, it's like self-defense. Yeah. Yeah.
I should bring my my Xbox up here. I think that would look better on this screen than it does downstairs.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the 1080p projector doesn't look good for like something that's outputting 480.
Yeah.
Yeah, this projector's still nice and sharp for how for playing old games. Playing newer games on it looks all fuzzy, but if we play N64 or something of this era, it works just fine.
Mhm.
I thought for a second there, I thought I lost you because my screen went into sleep mode. Yeah. So what other stores did you guys have back in the day that aren't around anymore? Because Outlane was mentioning Montgomery Ward and Sears, and I don't remember. I don't remember Montgomery Ward being around. I think they were already defunct by the time that I, started hearing about it.
Yeah, we had Sears because we used to get our pictures done as a kid with my mom.